Hello! This is not a normal video, as this is a compilation of every single short I made over the past 30 days. And this also includes a short from my second channel, which is up first. So enjoy. That's a lot of mobs, holy moly. Ow.
I mean, I don't know how much you can see. There's even diamonds down there.
Oh yeah, I see them. Okay, this is gonna be...
Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more.
Gary?
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
We're not reviving today.
Nope, okay. Day 1 of the Havoc SMP. Once we all spawned in, we did our normal tree chopping and dying.
Schelvy.
But you see, this server is in hardcore mode, so if you die, you are out. But you can get revived. So I used my revival token to revive Valentar. Me and Loafly found a spot to settle in, and just like every dad, I left to go get the milk. But this time I did come back. Here we go. Then tragedy struck. As I was mining, I was killed by a zombie. Thankfully, Loafly revived me and I went back to mining until Zencraft died. So being the kind person I am, I went to revive him until I died trying to get the stuff to revive him. Thankfully, later in the day, I was revived and I was able to revive Zen as well. And I also worked on me and Loafly's humble abode, making it even more comfy. And that concludes...
Why am I in a call full of idiots?
Which perfectly fits day 2 of the Havoc SMP. Today, I built a pathway connecting my house to Aof's and Andok's house and to the Void. I also did a huge mining trip ending in me dying. I got revived by Aof and immediately went back and got lost in the mines. Thankfully, Aof died and got me out of there. Thanks. Finally, I went fishing, expanded my farm, and of course, goofing around with some people. Let's also not forget Aof said. Havoc SMP Day 3. Let's get into it. I started this day by fishing and didn't get much until Seon gave me some goodies, including this piece of TNT. So I put it to good use by trapping Aof and Andok. I did die while setting it up though, so we don't talk about that. But we will talk about my trap not working and Aof walking right over it. What? Are you kidding me? Aof was really mad at me, and so was Valentar, who was annoyed at me entering his quote-unquote nether fortress. Yes, I did go to the nether today too. And for some reason, Val was driving when he joined our call, so that's something, I guess.
Let me look at your stream.
Hey, you're driving, you keep your eyes on the road. Dang it, I'm gonna have to add that to my short and say, please do not text or watch my stream while you're driving. You can say today was absolute. Day 4 of the Havoc SMP. I started today by mining in the mountains for iron, getting 6 stacks of raw iron. And while I did that, Andok set up his VR set and started playing in VR. While he was in VR, we goofed around while Aof was mourning as their dogs died yesterday. And of course, I had to be silly during the burial of their dogs. During that, Andok stalked me from outside my house and ended up kidnapping me and tried to shove me in his basement. But I escaped thankfully, and while I was gone, I tamed 2 more dogs. As I got home, Aof went to the nether and died twice. I revived them for the first death, but I ended up dying trying to revive them again. And to top the day off, Sharkboy revived me, and I scammed him so hard that we both died. Hopefully things get better on... It's time to cause some chaos. Day 5 started out by L4 reviving me, and I almost scammed him out of revival token today. I did end up repaying him though, so don't worry. I then noticed a mysterious sign at my house leading me on an adventure ending in me falling into a hole with this sign. The reason for this was because I made fun of the Danish person on the server. After that, I was informed Valentar has been to the stronghold and took all of the books. So me and Seon went to go raid his base for the books, but we didn't find anything. So instead, I took his parrot, and now I am waiting for ransom money for the bird. After that, Seon showed me his place, and I used his enchantment table to get a really good pickaxe. And to finish off the day, I revived Sharkboy twice. After doing that, I think... Day 6 of the Havoc SMP started out fine as I got a tour of Al4's house and went to the Nether to get him some stuff. But I forgot that the Nether portal is broken and sent me into a cave which had an ancient city. As I explored it, I got the rare armor trim, but it came at a cost as I died to the warden. Thankfully Al revived me and I decided to get a horse along with a bunch of wool. I used the wool to craft these banners, which I will explain here in the next few days. Also, Waspinator finally joined the server. After that, I dropped him off with Al, and now they are buddies. Next, I discovered that Val never went to the stronghold, so what I did yesterday was kinda pointless. So me and Val forgave each other and raided the stronghold together. Also, remember that horse? Yeah, it died before we even got to the stronghold. And to end off today, I went to the Nether and mined a bunch of quartz to enchant my armor. I mean, look at me now. And I did this all on... It has now been 7 days on the Havoc SMP, and today was the most boring of them all. All I did was do some fishing for some food, work on my armor, and go on a mining trip to prepare for tomorrow. But because today was boring, here is some of what me and my team has planned. Meet Team Rocket. I am James, Lofley is Jesse, and Floof is Meow. And together we will be working on a mega base as seen in this image. Of course, I can't say much as my ops are watching this short, but I can say this is going to be epic, and tomorrow the project starts because... Day 8 of the Havoc SMP started out with Floof and Tucker joining the server for the first time, and then it somehow got wild with me turning on PvP for a second to kill Tucker, which was the worst mistake I have ever made as I was taking court. No joke, we went onto the Sunrise SMP and had an entire court session there, which should be a video coming out soon, so subscribe to stay notified for that. Wait,
Objection,
I have...
Your Honor.
Objection, I have more evidence. Objection.
There is,
Objection,
there
I have
is
stuff to
footage.
prove my innocence.
There is a live stream!
Oh yeah, that's true.
After the court session, I finally went mining since I died before I could yesterday, and I got a lot of goodies. Let's also ignore the fact that I got a little too greedy and died to a warden. After getting revived, I then moved all of me and Lovely's stuff to the new Team Rocket area, also obtaining another horse along the way, so let's hope it doesn't end up like the last one. And that wraps up
Day 9 of Havoc SMP. We started off the day by going on a successful mining trip, resulting in us now having 15 stacks of iron. I proceeded to spend almost all of it on revival tokens, so we now have 58 tokens. I also went to an ancient city and got a very good hoe. I went to the surface, and whilst waiting for Aof to get on, I sat and waited for the iron to smelt. After having revived Aof, I went back and got us books for the enchanting table, of course whilst being attacked in the process. I placed the bookshelves and made the place look pretty.
And we went and followed the coordinates to the trial chambers. It was a lot of fun and surprisingly not too difficult. We got tons of loot too, from obviously the trial chamber keys, because you bet we beat those monsters. Of course, I died 3 times while there, so you know, Andok had to go back and forth. Then we went home and I continued dying, a bunch in the Nether and also a bunch in the real world. And Andok had to waste 6 of his precious 50 revival tokens for me.
Wow, we got a lot done. I think I'm gonna go now. Bye guys.
I'm back! So, my last short was taken over by Aof and Andok, and that was not nice, even though I asked them to do it so I can take a break. I did edit that last short, so I know what they did, and I am a little jealous. So, I got my team together and we went to a trial chamber, slaying everything with only Matthew dying. I also added 2 new mods today, Magic and Horror. The Horror mod isn't really scary, but it adds a bunch of new items, and a great way to get XP. I also finished enchanting my armor, besides getting Depth Strider 3 after using a stack of lapis. Sorry, Seon. And finally, I ended today by trimming my armor, making it even cooler. Day 11 started out with me going mining again, but this time for redstone. Why? Because today I built an auto sorter, as our current storage is atrocious. So throughout the day, I worked on multiple storage modules, but during that, Tucker also wanted me to do a trial chamber with him today. So we made a deal that he would get all the diamonds, and in return I would get a heavy core for the mace. We spent 2 hours doing these for me to finally get one, and I lost so many diamonds. Anyways, I then crafted myself a mace and got really good enchantments for it, including Wind Burst. I then ended today by getting another dog to add to my collection. And that concludes day 12. Started out with a creeper exploding all of my chests. This is why I spent most of today sorting all of our items into the auto sorter I built yesterday. And I'm not even done yet. While I did that, Matthew built a super smelter close by, which will be super useful. I also died to a freaking demon, which was not cool. But Andok revived me, so that's cool. So yeah, not that eventful. Day 13 of the Havoc SMP started out with me going on an adventure along the entire border of the server, which is a 3000 by 3000 cube. During that adventure, I got some cactus, ice, and many other things. Why? To fill my storage, of course. And yes, I am still not done yet. And yes, I know it's been a couple of days. After doing that, I laid out the Team Rocket base a bit, so everyone knows where to build everything. Let's also ignore the fact that during that I was watching The Emperor's New Groove. Good movie, by the way. You should watch it if you haven't. Anyways, I think that's all for my life is in danger because on day 14 of the Havoc SMP, I spent so much time in the nether getting resources, which I cannot explain in this time. But also because my life is in danger because of Tucker, because I keep forgetting to include his farming project, so here you go, I guess. I also got a bunch of tuff and copper. Why? Because I started building the base today. It isn't much, but it is something. I also have decided to avoid the bane of my existence, the auto sorter. And so instead of working on that, I lit up the base area with a bunch of torches. And I made a deal with Tucker for 4 stacks of coal blocks and 18 stacks of dirt. But now I think day 15 of the Havoc SMP started out with me finding this thing which Tucker made. It is a giant monster eating all of my chests, and not gonna lie, it is really funny. But also, I took this as a sign to continue working on my auto sorter, making a lot of progress by filling up a bunch of chests. I got stones, deep slates, and nether stuff, and now I'm really close to being done. Hopefully I can finish on. Day 16 of the Havoc SMP started out with me working on the sorting system, and I can finally say it's done. Every item now has a spot in the sorter, and I'm so relieved it is done. Also, today was my birthday, so I streamed everything, and I want to say thank you to everyone who wished me a happy birthday in the stream. And in that stream, me and Tucker went to a trial chamber and got him a heavy core. It didn't take too long, but I'm still salty that he got it in way less time than I did from my maze. Anyway, that concludes. Tragedy has struck on day 17 of the Havoc SMP. Today started out like normal by me finally putting away all my items into the auto sorter, but that's when it happened. It broke. But this time I couldn't just repair it as the hopper was in this ghost mode, so I couldn't break, move, or even interact with them. I even tried relogging, but that didn't work, so now it is completely useless. That is Minecraft Bedrock for you. Today wasn't all lost though, as I made huge progress on the rest of the base, but specifically the wall, as now it is almost done. Hopefully the rest of my team can start working on the rest of the base soon, since day 18 of the Havoc SMP started out with me attempting to fix my storage system again. If you didn't watch yesterday's short, which you can right here, my storage system broke and there was no way to fix it. Well, I somehow fixed it. How? I had to use commands. Before you yell at me for using cheats, there was no other way to fix it. Anyways, after that, I made huge progress on the wall and I should be able to finish tomorrow. Also, look at how big this is. I am so proud of myself so far. I'm also proud of myself for collecting all the wolf variants, which I finished getting today. And finally, as I was getting the wolves, I discovered someone had caused some arson. That can't be good since it is. Today, I woke up and chose violence on day 19 of the Havoc SMP. What did I do? Well, I flooded Andok in Aof's house. I feel a bit bad for Andok because he thought I got him a nice surprise, but nope. I just took away 45 minutes of his night. Today, I also made a bunch of progress on more secret stuff, which I cannot talk about since the rest of the server is watching the short. Why am I hiding it all, you might be wondering. Well, on this server, on day 24, Havoc Week starts, where PvP is turned on and the last man or team standing wins. Sadly, I can't say anything else about today, but I can say that here in a few days, I am going to basically break the rules to cause some chaos. Wow, I guess. Day 20 of the Havoc SMP started out with me not being on the Havoc SMP. Yeah, so today I actually wasn't on a whole lot as I was hanging out with my family at Costco. Seriously though, me and my family hung out a lot today, but you are here for Minecraft, not real life, so when I did log on to the SMP today, I decided to fight a wither because Aof and Andok believe I have a beacon when I literally don't. Anyway, I unalived the wither and used a star to actually craft a beacon, so everyone could stop being confused. Anyway, after that I traded with Alfor and I had to revive him as well. And that basically wraps up. Today, on day 21 of the Havoc SMP, I made my biggest blunder yet. So I started out today by trying to figure out who has been causing chaos, as me, Alfor, and Seon were robbed of various things. But I didn't get far when I also discovered that Shark Boy's house was destroyed. Speaking of homes, Aof and Andok lost their home. How? Well, that would be my doing, as in chat they mentioned they were moving, and I wanted to steal their home before that, so I did just that, except it backfired horribly as Aof and Shark Boy ruined my auto sorter, which I cannot repair anymore. So I just spent the rest of the day finishing the wall by adding copper roofs. So yeah, I am so screwed after day 22 of the Havoc SMP because today I logged on and saw part of my wall was destroyed. And by going off who was online, I concluded it was either Aof or Shark Boy, so I chose Shark Boy to get my revenge upon. What did I do? Well, I may have chopped down all of his trees around his house because for some reason he is obsessed with them. And also I used all of the wood to create a bonfire right on his house. And it was an amazing fire, and I definitely recommend doing it to all of Shark Boy's houses. Anyway, after doing that, I met up with Al and we did a little trade to conclude today. But yeah, I gotta say, day 23 of the Havoc SMP is what you would expect from the name of the server. I started out by finding a spot for a secret base, but you are here for the juicy stuff, so as I was smelting gold, I was randomly hit with a wind charge. So I hunted down the culprit, who was Shark Boy, and I couldn't attack him since PvP was off, so I turned it on and decimated him. And so, that marks the beginning of the Havoc week on. Day 24 of the Havoc SMP started out with me reviving Al4. After doing that, I decided to start working on my secret base, but that got cut short as a mutant zombie started harassing me. And then I ran out of food, and then I died. Yup, that is. Day 25 of the Havoc SMP started out with me being dead, but thankfully Andok came back with the milk. I then assisted him in getting 2 revival tokens to revive me and Aof. After reviving me, I went to try and find Zen's base because he was sending me threats of destroying the revival void. And so the best way to find a hidden base is to use X-ray, but that didn't work, so I went into a copy of the server and searched in spectator mode, which also didn't go well. And that concludes. Day 26 of the Havoc SMP started out with me killing Shark Boy with an explosive egg, and also somehow his house exploded. How weird. After that, I decided to get a gift for Alfor, which is 3 mutant wither skulls, and so he used those to fight the mutant wither with ease. Then I decided to try to fight it on my own, which almost ended horribly as I almost died, but I did end up defeating it. Me and Al then decided to fight 2 regular withers for the fun of it. Oh, also my cat and parrot died to a mutant creeper today, so that sucks. But that concludes. Day 27 of the Havoc SMP started out with me building some graves for my pets that died yesterday. This idea was from Lofley, so thanks! After that, I decided to hunt mutant creepers for their drop, which you can make mutant vials out of. And after crafting that, I went to this spot to collect this dog I stored away a long while ago. And so I used this vial to turn it into a mutant, and I tamed it. But it didn't last long as I accidentally killed it. So I then went to find another dog, and this dog caught my eye. So I moved it a bit so it wouldn't die, and I used the vial on it, turning it into a mutant, along with another dog close by. I tamed them both and look at how fast I go! Anyway, that's all for. The server's end draws nearer as I found myself on day 28 of the Havoc SMP mining my beacon, as Sharkboy docks the location of it to the entire server. After securing it, I also thought about all my pets, so I hid all of them by my secret plan named Escaping the Earth. Sadly though, Lofley's cat is still sitting there for her return. I then found out Andok was on the server mining for netherite to revive Sharkboy, and I couldn't let this happen because this would screw me in the finale, which might happen tomorrow. So stay tuned for that because I will be live. Anyway, I then tried trapping Spawn, but it failed. And he was revived and he immediately went to destroy even more of my base. So I destroyed the rest of his. Well, it's fair since all good things must come to an end, as day 29 of the Havoc SMP was my last day on the server. I started off today by watching Tucker and Aof duel, which Tucker obviously won. Then chaos broke out as I was hunted down, so much so that I had to enact plan Escaping the Earth, which is escaping the world's border. So me and Tucker ran while being chased down by Andok. So we escaped through the nether, but we ended up dying. Speaking of death, Valentar was executed today.
My last words are long live
Later, me and Shark Boy decided to fight it out. Loser had to stay dead forever. And after a long and intense fight, Shark Boy came out on top and I died, ending my series.
Oh, I think I will miss.
Jump!
Hey, I didn't miss.
You gotta jump.
Come on, yeah!
God, that was so much damage!
The last words are long live